What is good, everybody? We are here today again. A beautiful Wednesday evening. Back at it again. Today I went to locals and I ended up getting the Battle and Boxer support. Everything I needed. So I figured we would give it a try. Oh, goodness. Now the real question, I did. The real question is do we main deck the Uppercut and the Flame Veil? That is the real question. It's sadly good old Artorgus. Yu-Gi-Oh! Content and streamers. Yeah, good deal. Need to see if you run it as a main deck engine or a side deck option. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking on doing here. Goodbye, Kustanen. You were good. So if we main deck it, we play these two. And then we're just testing a small engine. Go play in the street or something. So I've been testing Dempsey counter and upper as a side option. Also just realizing that there's a combo. You could get 3 negate Appaloosa with Dempsey, and I don't have the Appo. Yeah, dang. See, Dempsey's pretty decent. So the question is this: if we play it in the main, I'm at 42 cards. 42. Let's go ahead and run it. Let's run a few test hands and see what happens. I'm thinking, I know it's going to be controversial, but I'm thinking like maybe Call by the Grave can come out. If we decide to do that. 43 is a bit bumpy. Exactly. So this is going to be 44, so this is going to be a little bit bumpy. This is stepping into the realm of I don't like. But I was thinking about cutting Call by the Grave, because the only thing you really need Call by the Grave for is truly to answer Shifter, and you have 1 Call by versus 3 Shifters, so like statistically speaking, they're going to see Shifter more times than you see Call by, so might as well just play something. So maybe it is just a side deck engine. That could be it. Okay. Control, Museum, Connector, Malgus, and Flint Lady. Alright. Let's just run through this hand real quick. Normal. I main talents. is a lot more easier to decide. C, I guess I'm just, I would like to keep it at 42. Personally, that's what I would like to see it at. Pack is an Infernoble on stream. I was like, I wonder what Charles thinks. Pack played it when it was like really popular. Then he dropped off of it. That's my only complaint with him, is he played it when it was like at its peak, then he dropped off of it. But I mean, it's understandable because they were just better decks to play. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't rocking it like after. Because like I said, truly the deck when it got hit, it dropped in power level. Feck, let's go ahead and just pitch a card. Say we see Dark Ruler. We go who? Yeah, 42 is to mitigate the bricks and hand trap. So we go for a Zold. But given like you don't really effective Zold, we'll go ahead and add. Technically, there's a world where like we finally cut red layer. Also, if we really need to. I'm good. I'm good. So we send 4. See, I'm still technically on the... I really enjoy the Artorias line because it's like right here, right? So if we go... What we're about to do, right? So we send 4. And we summon out... Okay, except for this line isn't a Arthur line, which is interesting. Summon out Uppercutter. Uppercutter effect. This is my first test hand with it, honestly. That Flameville counter. I think that I think they're all good, right? However, I think Artorias, and I'm probably going to get smacked with it, but I think Artorias is better because of what it allows you to do. So arguably, I would say Dempsey would be better because Dempsey allows you, if you open up hands of just like Renaud plus Durandal, it lets you play, right? But last night in stream, we literally did the same thing, and we found out you can still play with that hand under Artorias. And Artorias does more. It pops spell and traps. It allows you to hold your Renaud for later, which is like the big thing for me. No, because why would you... so this hand beat Ash regardless. If I fired off Museum and Museum gets negated, and Museum is the most superior extender in my hand... if I go and Connector eats the Ash, Connector's done its job. I had Fire Flint Lady to follow up with, to continue on through. So, this right here just allows us to, arguably, if you truly fear Droll, we should kind of stop using the Isolde, because sometimes, like in hands like this, and not just hands like, because, well, this is a bad example because of Connector, but in hands where you just have 2 warriors, the first ad you do is off his own, you get Drolled, it's kind of bad. So it's like, at least in this scenario, the first ad you'd get would be either your Uppercutter, or if you do the Artorias line, it'd be the Durandal to grab Ricardetto. So we go here. Then we can go here. We can use the effect to go ahead and search for Durandal, use Durandal. Here, so like, we have multiple options. We can go ahead and grab Renaud here, only because it's now that we're using this. So like, this line works well. So like before, if you're playing the Mana Diem stuff, you would have to have grabbed Oliver, but like we can grab here. It's impermanent, you need a Durandal. Yeah, so that's where Dempsey shines, is when you're forced to use your Durandal early. And that's where the Dempsey line is shine. I think that's really, I agree with you. Look, yep, exactly. And then you play, then Artie Equip will not be used, so exactly. I think there was a line, I think there's a plays or lines where even if Artie gets, if you don't get the Durandal, there's something... I'm thinking, because you go boom, boom. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, so we'll just go ahead and special summon here. Grab back this. Go ahead and make Angelica. Angelica grabs the second field. Go and activate. Second field. We'll go ahead and banish 2 for Phoenix Blade. Go ahead and activate, use its effect. So, like, what do we do here? I mean, it's no debate what we do. We send Turpin. Or do we send Turpin? Maybe we don't activate the second field just yet. I think maybe we send Gearfried. We send Gearfried. Banish. Apologize, guys. My dogs are in a good mood today. Go here. We can go Malgus effect to attach. Field spell effect to special. Synchro into Charles. Malgus effect to shuffle back 3 draw. So we can shuffle back 1, 2... I guess technically 3. But we really want to... No, we don't want to do that. We don't really want to shuffle back Uppercutter either. Shuffle back Renata, I guess. Shuffle back 3, then we draw. As I drop my cards. We draw a card. We draw Oliver, which is why Malgus is so important. Then we can activate the second field. Pay 12. Grab Almus. We can attach Almus. Link into Charles. Effective Almus to grab back this guy. Charles effect to grab this. Field suspect to special. Effect of this. We'll go ahead and pitch this from our hand. We'll go ahead and go here for a Baron. And we just have DDR as crazy, crazy follow-up here. Banish to summon here. Technically, we haven't used Flint Lady, so we could like fire off Flint Lady and then go here for Raten. Set counter. Effect to attach. Yeah, then move on to the end phase, and yeah, this is our full. This is going to be our full board. Grab this. Grab this. Angelica will return. There we go. Let's see here. So this is what we did just by playing. So like, Dark Ruler no more who. So I enjoy Malgus too much to cut the Malgus. Let's run it back. Oh, bro, Scarlight! I didn't even see that. Yeah, that wasn't even the board's final form. I could end it on double Charles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 disruptions. That's insane. But I'll show you like where there's going to be confliction. Hopefully in this next hand I'll be able to show you confliction. Because there is some confliction that you have the choice to make, right? So let's see if we see it. Well, yeah, it don't matter. Oliver, double Chalice, and then Rodon. So I guess let's exclude these cards here, right? So this is where you have the choice. So you go Heritage of the Chalice, grab Ogier, right? You normal summon. So normally, if you're going first, why would you, like, this is a line, right? But you just lose insanely to to Nibiru, Ash, Inperm, and you also don't get to utilize your Nod to its full effect. But this is one of the combo sequencing to do. Then you go like here, you know, and then you don't add back Uppercutter because you don't want to use it. Then you can go here for Isolde. Isolde effect, send 1. Send 1, and then we eat a hand trap, right? So, like, I don't know how I truly feel. So then, we summon out Ricardetto. Ricardetto brings out this. This effect grabs us the counter. There we go. I've been using Duradell's second effect to summon the uppercutter when you send it off Angelica. Yeah. So you just go. You go Angelica, attempt to attach. Angelica, dump, uppercutter, tag off, Field Spell Search, that, equip, and then like combo up, link off, summon back uppercutter, uppercutter effect. Want to play it against Cash? Give me a little bit, yeah, and I'll try. Trying to work out, so I'm not going into incredibly blind. Go here, and then like we have full combo plus some. And see, I could see where that'd be like a good instance where like our Torghast would still be able to come up because a Torghast can equip the Durandal, right? So instead of using Durandal to search, if you open like something like that, you could just link it off and then summon back the uppercut. Let's just run it through here. Interesting. Okay. Go here. Effects, this is where we'd search out Flint Lady. Flint Lady effect is special. Technically, we could actually just go for I need to just go for Angelica, actually. Actually, I think this is one of those lines, yeah, we just shoot for Angelica. We don't even waste Isolde. Effect to add, museum. Effect to attach, chain her effect. We go ahead and send the uppercutter. Right? Is that what we do? No, we don't get to send uppercutter here. The only option, I believe, is to go for... Go these. Add back DDR, banish the uppercutter so you don't have to spin the Durandal. See, man, I don't think... Oh my god, I don't want to say that because I don't think that one card's better than the other. I think Birth just serves totally different utilities. This would be a hand where you... Roland comes up, you'd want to... Yeah, definitely. But I don't think it's necessary. I'm just thinking. We'll send that. Send that, summon Roland. And go... Museum effect, let's still add. We've already exhausted. We had to use Durandal. Joyous ain't worth it, so add Almus. Effect to equip, effect to field a special, effect to dump. We could dump Turpin. We could send Turpin. Synchro to Charles. Make Charlemagne. Exhausted the fields. Yeah, we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. Into Charles, I believe is correct. Almus. I don't think we have to use Almus here, actually. We can go roll an effect. Back to witness animal abuse on stream. Effect to attach. Gearfried effect to banish. Summon. DDR pitch, summon back. And then we can just into a second Charles, effect to equip. Gotta keep us Almus, and then I think Ogier, we've already exhausted Ogier and Oliver, which is okay. We could go in phase, Charles can pick up Durandal, and then grab Malgus, pop Malgus. Good deal, Elohi, good deal. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. Where you end up dumping, yeah. And then Malgus shuffles back 3. 1, 2, 3. Get to draw a card. King Dixie is really a good card. If we even shuffle back to this hand, Let's run it back. We had DDR, Tactics, Durandal. Not the field. And Oliver. Normal. Durandal effect. We grab the Flint Lady. So you dump Cutter, then 1 for Ricardetto summons it, and DDR extends into Charlemagne. How, so, let's see here, Scarlet, let's see. The second Roland comes up since you'd want to link Roland off into his old. So what you're saying is we'd go here, we'd make Roland. Then I assume banish this, summon Gearfried, then link into Isolde. But then what? Like, what do you do after you make Isolde? Then can't send Ricardetto. What are we using to dump the uppercut? You just dump Cutter off. Oh, okay. All right, let's do that. Thank you, sir. Let's rewind it back. So same Angelica line. You just dump Cutter off Angelica. Gotcha. All right. Same Angelica. Boom. Okay. There we go. I see what you're saying now. Okay. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. Grab here. Then same concept. Attach. Attempt to attach. Send uppercutter. Send uppercutter. Just ready to banish for Roland. And then I assume the same concept of still summoning Gearfried to link off then, right? Roland, you summon off of Angelica, and then Ogier. So we dump Ogier. Ogier. Then I assume we go field spell effect. Maybe this time you don't grab Almus, you grab Joyous, maybe? Because Joyous can add back this. No, you want to add back Almus. Because yeah, I'm getting things mixed up. Go here, effect to attach, effect to special, effect to send uppercutter. There we go. Then this right here would link off into Isolde. Doesn't matter. Isolde effect. We can grab the throwaway, which we'll just grab connector for throwaway. Send 1 for cost. Wherever Ricardetto is at. Ricardetto, summon back uppercutter. Uppercutter will grab a Flameveil counter. And then this right here would make the second Roland. Which we'll pretend this is Roland. Make the second Roland. Hard make it this time. And then literally you can Phoenix Blade for 2. Well, technically you don't even need the second Roland, honestly. Right? Like, you don't need the... You technically don't. You could literally just make Lancelin here. It's kind of a same concept, but like... You'd use the Lancelin's effect to maybe grab Joyous. And then you could go... You get the Roland trigger too, so you don't end with a Fistful. Yeah, so yeah, I see the line. Like, you'd make a second Roland, hard make it this time, so Roland get the dump and add, which would be pretty cool. But like, I'm just, again, if this right here doesn't like prove like just how like different, like you could just play so many different things and respond to. So let's say you go here. Then you go Phoenix Blade, Banish 2, which we did. Add back Phoenix Blade. You can go DDR. Pitch. Summon back Ogier. Oh no, we wouldn't want to pitch summon back Ogier. Idiot, you'd banish Oliver in this step. Summon back Oliver. Then we'd go here into Charles. Then this is where, since we have a valid target in our hand in the form of Gearfried, we could actually go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. We could honestly add back any one of these. Special. These guys can go on up into a Boyra 10. Then literally it's attach. Yeah. Yeah, never mind. I was about to say something. Go here for Charles. Banish. Flameo counter. In phase. Charles could pick up. Charles pick up this. Wait a second, hold up. Don't be a frickin' idiot like me. Equip this. In phase, Charles will then equip that. We could equip Ogier if you wanted the full combo. We can go like Malgus. Charles will destroy Malgus. Then shuffle back. 1, 2, 3, and draw a card. My guys in chat, if you ever want to meet like a more wholesome guy, Scarlight is the guy. The man is literally a genius. He doesn't like impose his ideas or opinions on everyone. He is simply there to advise and help. Oh, we get to draw a card. We drew. Dude, dang, you know what? No, we ain't gonna do that. Rattan, the Heavenly General. It's during the battle phase, you get a pop. Whatever. Or it just doesn't happen. So that's so. All right, we'll do another one. Another one. Yeah, you can dump Metal Silver too. I'm playing 5 equips, and I think 5 is a good number. I don't really want to play more than 5. Yeah. Just don't get him started on VS combos. I know the 1-card combo, but I feel I need to decide between Connector and Battle Box Engine, where I still prefer Connector. So currently, right now, I am just testing Flame Veil Counter and Spar in the main deck. Uppercutter, excuse me, Uppercutter in the main. Scarlight has a good opinion in chat. You know, if you see a lot of, if you're scared, like, if the format, I feel like if the format transitions to, 1 second, chat, gotta do some animal abuse. If Dark Ruler comes into the format, I truly believe, like, it's right now I'm just seeing, like, the lines and stuff you can do with it when you side it. It might be worth, if it comes back in the main, to have it. Now, like, something that makes Mana Diem incredibly strong is the fact that they can search reframing. So, like, that's the same theory with main decking it, is, like, we have a searchable counter trap too. However, again, if Dark Ruler and all that stuff becomes prevalent in the format, it's nice to know you can, what do you call it? A Big J, man. It can do multiple things. It can be used to either the counter trap, or it's also like a 1-card engine in itself. It would just you use it to replace the connector engine. So what you do is you normal summon Uppercutter effect, add the Spar, special summon Spar, make his old, dump 1, summon. So it's like, right now, like I said, I want to keep my list at 42, so I don't know if I'll main deck it, because, like, my luck, I'll always draw Flame Veil Counter. Like, right now I'm not, because we're on stream, but, like, outside of stream, like, I will always draw it. So... Oh, I think we might actually get to use... So I think this is like a very... Well, maybe not. I was thinking like maybe this is a hand like we can actually like utilize... Yeah, actually, this is where we get to use... Is it where we get to use Dempsey? Effect, summon, Dolphin effect, pitch. The Dolphin effect don't matter. Like, this is just go to his old... We fear no Droll, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, because called by grants us protection. So we can grab a red layer. This is the Apo plus counter. Is it just Apo plus counter, or is it Apo plus something else? Let's try to do... Anyway, send 4. Yeah, because right here I'm forced to, right? No, I'm not forced to, because I have Durandal. So I literally still can send 4. 2, 3, 4. We can summon out the Uppercutter. Uppercutter grabs us Flame Veil. Then we can use our Durandal. We can grab Renaud. Special Renaud, add back PDR. Go for Angelica. Grab a second field spell, because we're good at the game. I assume that it can be done by any two warriors, right? It doesn't have to be like connected. It's any two warriors plus Durandal. Grab here. Effect. We can send... God almighty, what do we... Do we dare send... I think we have to send, Interesting. I think we send Turpin. Pay 12. Grab Almus. Let's see here. We can go, since we open 2 fields, we can go Turpin effect to attach. Effect special. And Charles. Then we can go here, right? Link into Charles, effect to attach. Effect of Almus, we can add back. Sheesh, do we really want to add back? Yeah, we'll add back Renaud. Oh. Second field. Pay 12. I don't think we actually can pay 12 with a second field, actually. Because we opened so many, yeah, so we can't even use the second field, so just hold that. Thinking. I mean, technically Turpin can resummon itself. Like we go into a Retin. We can set the... Our hand is kind of huge. Set counter. And we didn't have no way to... Yeah, we had no other equip. I'm testing DDR instead of Metal Silver. Okay. There's got to be... There's gotta be a way. I could go effect, Charles pop this, but then I don't have a way to banish because I lose the Phoenix Blade. Not that I can see. GDR's been performing really well. It just allows us to push through a lot and allows our inboards to be like a little bit better because we get to push out like an extra monster disruption or an extra body to be a disruption, whether that be able to like get a body to be a Baron or a second Charles. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that we could do... Yeah, I don't think there's any way we can get to the... You can bring Apo by Warrior. I'm currently Warrior locked, but I'm sure there's like I could have done that earlier too. Technically, I'd have ripped him for 2 cards. Technically. Technically. You guys want a dog? Raten, the Heavenly General. Let's run it again. Let's run it again. That's what we'll do. Because the entire point is to see if it's worth main decking. We already know it's worth side decking. But like I said, one of the main reasons Manadeum is so strong is it has multiple ways to search out reframing. So Friday at we'll do noon. Well, I take that back. We'll try and do noon. I worked the night shift before. So hopefully I'll be up around like noon to launch it. I might just set a time, wake up, launch it, and then go right back to bed. Something to bring up about the mats. So, since my store was kinda... What's the word? Since my store was not being used for a while, Stripe, which is the payment that I use, a lot of people use their credit and debit cards, is taking a little bit longer. So if you paid using a debit or credit card, it's going to take a little bit longer for me to ship your package. I'll make an announcement on the community poll and everything like that. If you plan to buy the mat and you want to get it sooner, just use PayPal. It's just since Stripe does it for security purposes, since my store was kind of shut down for a little while because I just wasn't producing content or anything. Stripe just does it automatically to protect us small businesses. So, if you order with a credit card or a debit card, it might take a little bit longer to ship. But if you want it like instantly, PayPal's the way to go because PayPal doesn't do that. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. So see, here's what I'm getting at, right? So you go Rhoda, right? So we grab, there's no point, this hand's weak, don't grab, do not grab Connector. You want to grab, now that I'm looking at it, you could probably grab Flint Lady. I was thinking on like it depends on, so God, it's, here I am stuttering because like there's so much you can do. You can go Flint Lady or you can go Renaud, right? And what you do is if you go this route here, you grab Flint Lady, you normal Dolphin, pitch, see the hand, rip a card, special. Right? Then, right here, technically, you can go into Isolde this way. So you've already ripped a card, right? So you've already seen their hand, you see a hand trap. This is probably the smarter way to go, just simply because, like, so you know what's in the hand, so you know what you can make. Because if you look at your hand and you see Imperm, right? You know you can go Almus into Durandal, and then try to like finagle your way that way into something. The other route is if you grab Renaud, you just literally, this is where you kind of conflict in a way, right? But I actually wouldn't say you conflict because you hard open a field spell. You go here and you have the option to dump either Gearfried for the Gearfried line, or you can dump the Spar. Again, if you dump the Spar and you special Renaud, you actually don't get to add back, and you don't get to add back anything. But if you're gonna dump Spar, you might as well just dump the Flint Lady. I mean, excuse me. If you're gonna send Spar, don't add Renaud, add Flint still. But see, this is where you're just kind of blindly walking into like hand trap stuff, right? I just play the one Dempsey. I've replaced it for Custonin. Sorry, Glare. Stupid Glare. Yeah, I just replaced it for Custonin. Arguably, you can do this, and then, like, tribute this, summon this, pitch this, and look at the hand. That's probably, like, the best play, honestly. But your hand's now exhausted. Well, I guess it's still the same thing resides. Like, you can still go Almus into, yeah, this is the best play right here, because you look in the hand and you see, like, Imperm or something. You literally go Almus into Durandal, grab Renaud, special Renaud, add back Flint Lady. You then Go into Angelica. Angelica, add field. Ogier equipped special. Make a Zold here. Yeah, this is definitely the best way to go. So you see the hand. We go here. We'll just assume they have nothing. Go here for Isolde. Isolde will go ahead and grab. Now, let's see here. We can go ahead and grab ourselves the red layer. Effect. We will only send one because that's what we need to send. And now that I'm looking at my hand, we actually can send DDR, I think, here. He also has a detach effect, doesn't he? This card special summon, you take one for a monster or battle box monster spell and trap. Wait a minute. Fire warrior monster or battle box spell and trap from your deck. Either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Quick effect, detach. Your opponent cannot target. Control card effect. Man, imagine if this card said cannot target fire monsters. Fire warrior monsters. Bro, then, without a doubt, I would argue that playing this would be better than Artorigus because then you just get the whole protection. Thank you, my man. Thank you. So you send one, summon Ricardetto. Detto, summon out Uppercut. Uppercut, add here. Then you make Angelica. Angelica effect. Grab field. Activate field, field effect to grab Durandal. Then we can go. Do we dare do Almus? Like, is that the line we go, or do we do this dump Terp? I think we go effect, chain this. I'm gonna forsake Gearfried here. And they're both together, they know it. Because we still need a level 4 body. So we can send here. Banish. Yeah, but man, imagine if it said couldn't target fire warriors. Like, how insane would that be? I haven't used the field spell yet, so we gotta keep that in mind. Because that will be important, I believe. Effect a special. Oh, excuse me. Equipped Almus, effect a special. Into Charles. Effect of this, we could add back. Thinking what we want to add back. Ooh, we technically, we'll add back Ricardetto, it don't matter. Effect to attach. Into Charles, Charles to equipped. Then, this is banished. Effect a special. Activate. Now see, this is where, like, again, like, you have so many different type of lines. You could, like, literally link this off into a second Charles, reborn something, make Retin. Or you could, like, go here, use its effect, go ahead and grab, like, Renaud. Special Renaud. Renaud effect, target the Durandal. Or not Durandal, target the different DDR. Go ahead and make Baron de Fleur. Go ahead and we have Flame Veil counter. One for one, it's just the reason I don't like one for one is because it's a neg1 to hand traps, right? Like, you go one for one, pitch a card, they ash you, now you're on 3 cards to play. Yeah, you lost Ash, but, like, you'd much rather see, like, something to allow you to not get hit with Ash. I mean, arguably, it's a good point, because it's a good card, because if they waste their Ash on that, they're not wasting on Imperm or Angelica. I just don't like the thought of, like, losing to, like, you know, like, discarding and then, like, losing to it, right? But it'd be, I mean, it definitely works. It would definitely be able, you could fit it in the deck for sure. Now I gotta think here. Because I can... DDR, pitch red, Sunback Turpin. Into row 10. And then again, if you just want to end phase, Almus, grab, Malgus, pop Malgus, Malgus effect. This will return. We can shuffle back. Oh, this is live engraved now. We don't have to do that. We can shuffle back 1, 2. Yeah, heck, let's just do it. 3, draw a card. Maybe we'll draw into Droll. But yeah, there we go. Say Malgus for turn 2 and pop Angelica and play around Super Poly on field. You're absolutely, yeah. You're darn right. I am popular tonight, guys. For some odd reason, I am blowing up. It's about consistency, right? So Durandal is just really, really a good card to see. So like, and Almus is just already a different name. Personally, I don't think there's no need to do anything, like just to kind of play a second Almus. That is, I can for sure say, like, that is the one of the many cards I can say that has never come up, like another copy of it. So... Sora, it was 20 bucks for the one Dempsey and the one Spar. Or, excuse me, one Uppercutter. So if I recommend jumping on it while you can, if that's possibly what's going to happen. Effect. Pitch. Special. Isolde effect on summon. Oh, good boy, chat. Anybody want a dog in chat? Free to a good home. That's all I'm playing is the 2 boxers. Effect, send 1. Summon out Ricardetto. Effect summon out here. Effect. Then we can Foolish Burial. We'll see if we Foolish Burial the Uppercutter. What does it get us, really? Truly, what does it get us? If we go here, it doesn't really do anything, right? I think this is one of those lines where you just don't get access to Uppercutter. Because there's nothing really we can do to add back the Uppercutter. There's nothing we can do. Sending Uppercutter here would just be a waste. So you want to go ahead and say Turpin. Oh. I don't think Alstofo is as good as everyone makes it out to be, personally. Like, I agree that it's a non-tuner level modulating extender, but Alstofo's never came up for me once. Roland is probably by far one of my favorite, but I think just Malgus outclasses it because, yeah, you get the quick effect pop and you get, like, the in-phase add, but Malgus gets you the draw, or can get you the draw right away, and it gives you multiple draws. So normally once we fire off Roland, that's it. Revives Uppercutter. Okay. Let's do this instead then. We go here. For Angelica. Angelica to grab the field. Go field effect, grab Durandal. But then what? I'm an idiot. Don't ignore me. Ignore me. Ignore me, Scarlight. Just ignore me. Effect to attach. Effect, or excuse me, effect attach, effect special. Durandal onto here. Effect of Durandal, special summon. Effect to add. Counter. Divine Sword effect. Banish 2. Never mind. I saw it, Scarlet. I see it. We can send Turpin now. Do we even need to send Turpin? Like, we've already climbed up into for 10. So, I mean, like, there's no point in sending Gearfried either, is there? So maybe in this scenario, we don't make Rattin. Maybe you make the Flame Swordsman and then you send Gearfried. So that way, if, like, they end up outing the Flame Swordsman, you can just reborn Gearfried. And the friends we made on the way, Emmanuel, that's the important part. Go here. I still, like, it's crazy that a lot of these lines I haven't even, like, been able, like, I haven't even got to do standard Artorgus. Like, I still, wait a second, I'm skipping steps. We go here, here, effect to attach, link. And we have this. Well, I guess maybe, like, that's not the correct play either. Because, like, now that I see that we're just ending on Charles, maybe you want to go for a 10 for that kind of pop. So then, like, our end board is actually something like this. So then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 forms of disruption. Send Turpin, equip Durandal to Roland. You save the museum for double Charles. Send Turpin. Send Turpin, equip Durandal to Roland, special Turpin, synchro for Charles, Durandal, special summon Uppercutter, link Cutter and Isolde. Let's back it up. So let's just back it up here. All right, so you go Isolde, add, right? Well, this goes all the way back to the Ogier dump, right? So we actually go all the way back to the Ogier dump, which is here. Effect Reborn, Gary Freed isn't here. Then we dump Turpin, right? You say double Charles, send Turpin. This isn't here yet, so actually, do we send Uppercutter here? Yeah, we'll send Uppercutter. Go for Angelica. Add Museum, activate Museum effect. To grab Durandal, which was right here. We then... Yeah, then we go effect, target, chainer effect, right? Send Turpin. Send the Turpin, this falls off. Banish. Into this. Equip Durandal. Special. Into Charles. Durandal effect, Reborn the Cutter. Or Uppercutter, yep. Born Cutter. Effect to add this. Into Retin. Yeah, there we go. Because yeah, because then we can just literally go here to attach, link it to Charles, effect to attach, effect to special, banish 2 for Phoenix Blade, attach, link off into a second Charles. There we go. All right, we got it. We made it. I saw the lines. End phase. So then now our end board is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 forms of disruption this time. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Let's do it again. The deck list isn't like final because so that you could negate Dark Ruler or Droplet. Yeah, exactly. Right. Again. Just got here, was cooking. We cooking, that's what. It doesn't affect the end board almost ever. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. The only thing I would like to see is like, I feel like it's the same concept with Malgus, right? is you never want to see the uppercutter. But if you do, worst case, you normal it, and it grabs you the Flameville counter, and then you just extend off with like Durandal, and you know, anything that does go forward. But like this hand's actually unique, because like we actually can normal effect send the uppercutter. Send uppercutter. We can go Durandal effect to go ahead and grab. See, this is where I think I'm gonna grab Flint Lady. There's no point in grabbing Renaud, so we grab Flint Lady. Banish to summon Gearfried. Which really don't, so that's the second summon. Special third, fourth, yeah, this might be pushing a little bit dangerous. Or is it? We just go here, pay 12. Grab Almus. It's a trade in the sense of what I was negating, right? I already have spell and trap negates, and I feel for some reason Flameville counter says it only negates spell and traps. So literally, if they're free to activate all monster effects they want. So like, yeah, I guess it truly demand. It just I give up one monster. I give up a monster effect for a spell and trap negate. But the difference is that the counter trap can answer like Dark Ruler / droplets. So let's go ahead and equip Almus here. Special tribute, special summon, effect grab counter. Counter. Angelica. Effective Angelica. We'll go ahead and add another museum. Effective Ogier, chain effect to send do I dare send? Yeah, no, just send Renaud. Yeah, sometimes it's just better to eat the Dark Ruler. Go here. Charles, effect to attach. Emperor. This field spell hasn't used its effect to attach. Field spell effect to special. I feel like I can go something like this. Activate the effect to grab Joyous. Right? Maybe I can't. I only play one uppercutter. I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think there's any world that this outclasses a connector in any way. Just hand knowledge alone is better than almost any. It seems like people forget, like, cards are banned because they let you look at the hand. So it's like, if you think, like, you know, like, normal summon Boxer, search, draw, lose. Normal summon Boxer, search, cool, make Isolde, get Ash, lose. Now, of course, that's saying, like, that your hands are weak, but, like, you even look at, like, hands with, like, your hands not being weak or two-hand traps. normal summon connector, or normal summon uppercutter, search, make his ult, eat it Ash, extend on, eat an imperm that you could have actually knew, if you actually normal summon connector, you could have saw the imperm was there, and you could have constructed your cards differently and your sequencing differently to possibly play around it, is definitely, in my opinion, worth it a lot more. So... let's go ahead and equip here, Almas Effect. Because I want to play around Nib, because I've really learned, like, sometimes you can kind of mess up and get rid of your equips, and if they've been holding Nib or something this entire time, you just get punished. So attach here. To Charles again. Charles to go here. I don't think we play around it, actually. Then technically we could go... see, that's just what kind of sucks, is I think no matter what... no, we're okay. Joyous Effect. Add this. Special effect you can add back. Almas. Equipped Almas. Effective field spell. Summon. Let's go for Baron. Set. In phase, Charles can pick up whatever you want, really. Pick up Joyous, and then, like, you could pick up Malgus, pop Malgus Effect. Yeah, the deck already has Connector, or the deck already has, like, Ogier being, like, the second best normal summon in the deck, so, like, you don't want to play, like, 3 normal summonable cards. The only thing, like, Spar does is Spar literally is just, like, there to dump. It has utility. It works in the same sense as, like, Malgus does, is you'd never want to normal summon it, but simply because it's a fire and a warrior, you have multiple two-card combos with it, or iterations with it that allow you to play even if you open it, right? So anyway, Malgus Effect, shuffle back 1, 2, 3. Draw. So, I mean, really, this is probably the strongest Inborn we've been able to make so far. We have one spell trap negate, one spell and trap negate, a pop, that's 3 disruptions, Omnigate, that's 4, monster effect, that's 5, and then Flame Veil counter, which is 6. So truly, like, if you classify all the Fire Warrior stuff, like, I don't even consider these guys bricks. I would call them, like, maybe pseudo or weaker starters, in a way. But they're not entirely bricks. Like, you can't just not play if you open them, right? However, playing this, if you decide to main deck this, you do actually finally have one brick in the form of Flame Veil counter that you never want to see. Yeah, kind of like Ignis, right? Like when you were playing the Pendulum package, their engine and they don't exactly they work together. They don't exactly like. Of course, you know, if you open a handful of like Ogier, Malgus, Uppercut, Connector, and like Imperm, like yeah, that's hand gonna be kind of garbage. Yeah, I am testing the new XYZ right here, King Dempsey. He just does not come up in any of the test hands that we've done. 1, 2, 4, 5. Like even here. Like this test hand. In theory, yeah, he would come up here if we... Actually, yeah, so if we go normal summon connector, they end perm connector. We can go Chalice to grab Durandal. So this is exactly what we're talking about. Durandal effect. This should be where Dempsey comes up. Because we have to exhaust our Durandal early to play through this. So then we can go special into Isolde to add. Here. Exactly, like what we're doing right now, where like we just get hand trapped, right? So we go effect. So we send 4. Send 1. Send 2. Send 3. Send 4. Send 4 combos are bad. Go here, effect a Centurpin. Wherever he's at. There he is. Centurpin. So normally, before Dempsey, right? Banish 2 for Phoenix Blade. We would go here, right? We'd go here, special. And then we'd be stuck because we could make our Torghast. Yep, we could go here and make our Torghast. But what would our Torghast do? We've already exhausted our... Durandal. So then it's like, well, what are we doing? We don't have any access to any tuners. We can't get access to tuners. So this is where, instead of making our Torghast, we can just go straight for Dempsey. Yeah. For right now, it is. Dempsey effect, we go ahead and we add... Renaud. Right? This falls off. Then we can special Renaud, grab back DDR, pitch an extra card in our hand, summon back connector, overlay for, or synchro for this, her effect. This falls off. Really great to grab Museum. And then we get to like combo forward like nothing ever happened. Like, so it makes like they're in perm. So like in this scenario, I'm gonna say we open call by, so that makes us like godly, right? But in this scenario, we literally have the answer for 2 hand traps. In perm, which people always complain about, saying that this deck cannot play through, that's why connector sucks, is I can't play through in perm. Literally there's like 11 plus cards that work with connector that let you play through in perm on connector. And since we have to use Durandal to get to like Flint Lady or something like that, Dempsey just allows us to like pretend this didn't happen. Why would it have to have been red layer? Because there's nothing that prevents me from adding it, because it doesn't say like you can't. Isolde doesn't stop me. Is it for later on in the combo? Yeah, I've already summoned connector. I've already gone. I normal summon connector, got negated. Connector was the first thing that I did. So I just grabbed it off of for follow-up technically. Oh, right, Scarlight. There we go. Okay. Good deal. Yeah, you'd have to, because I'd be... Okay. We're on the same page now. Yep. Totally spaced the... There we go. And then, of course, you know, you just combo per usual. Pretend it never happened. I totally spaced that I summoned it off of DDR. That's why I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't summon it. I was counting the one I had in her, the one I had in hand. I was like, what are y'all talking about? I haven't summoned this one. I added it off of. We were reading the same book, but on different pages. Yeah, then you just go for Dempsey. Banish 2 for Phoenix Blade. Effect. Then we can send, since we have Turpin, we can send Gearfried. And this is just the same combo, really. There's no point to even go through it. It's just, that was really good showing out. That was really good to show the utility of Dempsey being able to push through those hand traps. So it won't stay at 44, but currently it is. I'm definitely not going to keep it at 44. I'm going to find things to bump down. Bro, I think this song has been on repeat. I know it's a jammer and I like it, but I think it's been, yeah, it has been on repeat. So again, normal summon Connector. If Connector gets interacted in any way, fashion, or form, we have the Durandal to follow up with. Yeah, just go ahead and DM it to me, and then we'll run through it. Effect. Again, guys, like if this ends up eating anything, we literally just go the same thing we just did. Yo, Bash, how you doing? It'll literally just be the same inboard because, like, of everything. And we actually hard opened DDR this time, so, like, kind of crazy. But let's play as if it's not, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll go here. Because we want to see what we get, if we can get access to Uppercutter through the standard combo line, right? So we go here. We're going first. Let's pitch Ogier, look at the hand. Hand rip him for 1. Go here for Isolde. Isolde effect. We'll grab ourselves. Red layer. Effect, we know what's in the hand, so we just pay 1. Summon out. Ricardetto. Wherever it's at. Come on, buddy. Stop hiding. There we go. Stop Ricardetto. Heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah. Summon out Ogier. Ogier dump Uppercutter. Synchro here for Angelica. Angelica to add the field. Go and activate the field, use the field's effect. We'll go ahead and grab ourselves Almus. Grab Almus. Take 500. Yeah, shut your mouth, Bash. I don't want to take any PTSD. On Phoenix Blade effect, we can banish Uppercutter And this to add this. Effect. We can send Gearfried here, I think. Yeah, send Gear. This falls off. Here. Send it. Send it's a nice go here. If we hold this, we can literally go effect, banish 2 again for DDR, or not DDR, for the Phoenix Blade. We can then go effect to pitch. Some back uppercutter. Uppercutter effect. I think it has to be some attack position, right? Yeah, uppercutter's effect. Grab this. If I could find the right deck box, I would. I have resources. I have resources. That's how I got it. Activate Almus. Go into Emperor, Almus effect, add back Gearfried. Roll an effect to attach, Link. Charles Reborn to equip Charles, field spell effect to special Charles. And then like right here we actually get to like, we'll go ahead and get to what we're doing. We'll go Gearfried. We'll put Gearfried over here this time actually. Banish this. So now we have 2 options. We can either make a second Charles and then link up into Rattan, or we can make a Baron. I think Baron's just the way to go, personally. Durandal. Add Renaud. Special effect. Add back DDR. Go into Baron de Fleur. Actually, we're built different. We're gonna banish here and here. Did I already use Renaud? No, I haven't used Renaud. Add Divine Sword. Go Reincarnation, pitch, summon back Charles. Then banish the... Ooh. Gotta be very careful here how I do this. I think we goofed already. We shouldn't have pitched this. We shouldn't even have banished 2, so put these 2 back for that. We'll just pitch Red Layer because it's free real estate. And then we can just link this off into a second Charles. Charles effect to attach. Set Flame Veil. We've already used Ogier, yep. Yep, just link it right off, yeah. I guess I technically could have just banished, right? I could have kept this in hand. Banish this, and then done that way. Yeah, that works too. You're right. In phase Charles, we'll pick up Almus. Again, I'm just being greedy. I'm gonna go for Malgus again, but probably you should go for like Oliver or something. But you have so much disruption, like it truly doesn't matter. Like if you even, it's almost like you don't need the. I know it's gonna sound crazy. You almost don't need the protection. If I was you, Flo, I would order 3 uppercut, 1 spar, and a Dempsey just in case if the engine takes off. What I am playing currently is 1 and 1. Effect to shuffle back. 1, 2, 3. We get to draw a card. Cut. Rip mod. So there we go. This is the end. This is the strongest end board I think we've ended on. Is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, never mind. 6. And then we have Droll and Lockbird in hand. Like, they aren't winning this, guys. Crazy. Literally crazy, guys. I actually am playing the Battle Boxer XYZ. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. Dempsey. Oh, stupid glare. I am playing him. He comes up in lines where, like, you get hand trapped early on. I still personally like Artorigus. For one, he's ulti. But that's not a good reason to actually truly like him. Gameplay-wise, he does the same thing, but he lets you hold Renaud for later. He also allows you to pop spell and traps, which are cool. I'm trying to think about everything. He allows you to equip, like, you know, he gets a little bit of utility. I actually like like, my theory behind Dempsey was, like, Dempsey. There's some hands that I thought that only Dempsey answered, but you can still combo with Artorigus through. But they are just some interruptions, like normal summon Connector gets in-permed. You go Durandal to add Fire Flint Lady or an extender. You can't use Durandal during the Artorigus line to add Ricardetto, so you gotta go the Dempsey line. Alan, my man, I'm the Emperor. I am Charles the Great. Or you can call me Charles the Mediocre, depending on the day. But that's how I got him. Charles the guy. That's what I do, EB here. I play 1 uppercut and 1 Dempsey. If you want to play like the full Battle Boxer package, you need 3 uppercut, 1 spar, and 1 Dempsey. And I think the counter too. Let's do this. Draw. I almost was about to cry. I was like, oh, here's that hand I was talking about where, like, you draw all your normal summons. But this hand's actually pretty... I think this hand's actually really good. Since we drew Museum, right? We have multiple lines that we can do. If we don't want to lose to, like, Connector get ashed, even though we open Aqua Dolphin... Wait, did I draw 6 cards? Let's do this instead, because this just makes it easier. So, like, you normal here, effect, go ahead and pitch Malgus, right? Yep, William, that's exactly what I do. I don't play Spar. I still think, in my opinion, that Connector is the best normal summon over the uppercut stuff. Yeah, hand was really good with, like, we had to, but even it's not too bad here, right? We go here, look at the hand. We can go, let's do a Dempsey line. Let's do a Dempsey line. Effect. Look into, grab Durandal. Technically speaking, if we didn't want to do if we want to do the standard Artorigus line, we could use this to equip and this to special, and then we could combo this way. Actually, let's do that. Let's actually do that. Let's do. I actually like that a lot more. Go here, Isolde effect, grab red layer, which I don't know. I think if I actually decide to keep in the spar and stuff, like I think I'd look at cutting like red layer or something down, which I love red layer. But sometimes, man, you want to play under 5 summons, and red layer is only good in those hands where you have just 2 warriors, whereas like you're now deck's really consistent that you like red layer just sometimes becomes that additional summon to put you in mid range, right? So anyway, let's just go. We add red layer, use the effect. And I think this is where we summon out here by sending 1, 2, 3, 4. Shouldn't have added Durandal here, technically, probably, because we're doing this line instead. But in theory, since I saw the Dempsey line, but I want to run this line instead because this will let us showcase the uppercut too. A summon Ogier effect. So since we open Turpin, we just send uppercutter. And then we can banish 2. I don't know if I... Yeah, we kind of got to banish the Malgus, I guess. That's okay. We can get it back, technically. Then we can go here. Special. Overlay for Arthur. Arthur can equip both these. Effect Durandal, add Ricardetto. We can go ahead and link these guys off here. And there's just something to me, there's something about using like the Infernoble Joyous. I think that's really, really cool. We'll summon out Reten. Effect of Joyous special, Ricardetto, bring back out Spar. Or Uppercutter. Uppercutter effect, grab the counter. Then we just go ahead and effect to grab a second field spell. Banish 2 for Phoenix Blade again. This is truly, I know someone asked earlier, they're like, in one of my comments, they're like, what will get hit, right? Like if there's something that gets hit, what will it be? And I actually think Phoenix Blade might be up on the chopping block. I think if you get Phoenix Blade be a fair hit. Personally, I don't know if it would. But anyway, go here, effect. So like here we could actually send Renaud. Tag out for this. Do we send? No, we don't send Renaud. Don't send Renaud. Because I miscalculated. Send Gearfried. Go second field effect. We could just grab Almus. Then we can go ahead and we can effect this to attach. Effect a special, field spell into Charles. Charles down into, excuse me, equipped Almus to Charles. Then Charles and Almus into this, sub-equip this, grab back Gearfried. Banished to special. You have this and this. Then you can actually attach Ogier. Do you want to attach Ogier? No, don't attach Ogier. In phase, Charles can pick up Durandal and equipped Oliver. So that's the end board right there. If you want to play the Battle and Boxer package over the connector package, that is, I believe, the correct ratio to go. Angel Ring will kind of break this deck kind of open. In all honesty, Angel Ring kind of even fixes to where we don't even have to play Dempsey. Or not Dempsey, we can play Dempsey. We don't even have to play the Spar or the Uppercut package. Just because Angel Ring just allows us to go ahead and get it. Upper is just 10 times better than the Medium. Especially, like, before we got Uppercut, Mana Diem was probably the way to go if you really wanted to. But now that Uppercut's going to be out, Uppercut's just way better. Because Uppercut works with... In order for the Mana Diem stuff to work, you had to just open Oliver. But now you can open Renaud, too, and Renaud can get you more benefit using that line. We'll run it again. I mean, you're not wrong, but there's just a little bit of there's room for argument there. The Uppercut package doesn't answer hand traps, and that's fine, man. Different strokes for different folks. No, Derek, I'll actually be cutting down. Probably if I decide to keep in the Uppercut and stuff, I'll probably cut down 2 cards. I might do Remote Dueler too. We'll see. Last night kind of exhausted me. And Flo, that's as I was saying, that it's different strokes for different folks, but you got to understand that what the Uppercutter stuff does is, like, you're gonna normal summon Uppercutter, grab the Flame Veil and get hit with Droll, and you're gonna be like, wow, there, you know, like, that sucks. You better hope, you know, and maybe your hand is good enough that you don't, because the deck can play under Droll pretty well, but let's extend further and say they open Droll and Imperm, right? You normal that, go in, you make your Isolde. Isolde gets Impermed. You can't extend past that. You make Angelica. Angelica gets Impermed. Especially if you play like a competent player and they wait and they know what to hit. Connector just allows you to see the, like, even in the sense of losing the Droll, you grip the Droll, you see the Imperm. So now if your hand has extenders and different plays, which it should, you can construct your plays differently to potentially bait out Imperm. And through multiple of my live streams and on some of my duel videos, you're able to make Angelica first, then make Isolde, so they're forced to Imperm Isolde or Imperm Angelica. And at that point, you know that if they freely fire off the Imperm on Angelica, Angelica's gonna banish and do its thing. If they hit the Imperm on Isolde, Isolde done its job, but you knew the Imperm was there to be able to make those decisions to play, if that makes sense. But again, the Battle Box stuff lets you reoccur Spar over and over and over again, so that's pretty cool. A rank 4 extender, or rank 4 card that you can just summon over and over and over. That's pretty cool. But again, that's just the argument for Connector. You play whatever you want to play, man. I don't think there's any wrong way to play the deck. All right, so you want to see the Dempsey lines, right? So let's see if we can find... Oh, what do you know? So this right here, I did cut Metal Silver for DDR to try it out. So this hand right here, probably you don't normal summon Connector. Connector eats Disruption, we lose. So this right here is probably a normal summon Uppercutter, grab Flame Veil, special, and then go that route. But I will quickly show you a Dempsey line, where Dempsey comes up in this deck, because I still think the main line that I'm shooting for is Artorias, but there are some lines where... let's see here. Oh, sorry, my man. Let's go to Scarlight. Message request. Accept the DM. Okay. Oh, you're using the Fenrir stuff, yeah. I still don't like... Oh my gosh, wait a minute, That's pretty sweet, man. I am playing Lancelin, yep. Because Lancelin allows you in those 2-card combos to allow you to play under Droll pretty well. What in the Sam foolery am I watching? Boonjin Ashiki, or Boonjin card? That's pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. Oh, there is. I think there is an Infernoble Discord, but I just have my own Discord where we have to talk about Infernoble and stuff like that. For questions now, is it just I should buy the uppercut for $3? Yeah, just go ahead and buy it. Shoot it, man. Shoot it. Pull the lever. Even if you find out and later on you want to play, like, even if, like, you know, like connector doesn't fit your bill, you want to have 3 anyway. So let's think here. So you want to see a Lance, so Lance, I think Lancelin's really good in the deck because, like, it turns the, do you sell Infernoble cards? I do not. It turns any iteration of seeing, like, these 2 cards into, what do you call it? Gearfried on the 5th, and this same line, I believe, allows you to play, Protected under Droll. So, like, that's why you play Lancelin. And it doesn't take up that much extra space. And sometimes, like, it's one of the first test hands we did. The Lancelin kind of came up. We were able to use it to be able to do things. But you want to see where the Dempsey line comes in. So let's just go ahead and do something like this. Because the Dempsey can do the same line you want without Artorias. I guess I can show you that too. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean with how I intend to play Dempsey versus the Dempsey line. So, you normal summon Connector gets impermed. Or, you know, you normal summon Dempsey, or not Dempsey, you normal summon Uppercutter gets impermed, right? So then you can go Durandal effect to go ahead and grab us Fire Flint Lady. So what this does is that this prevents the complete line of Artorias, because we've already exhausted Durandal, so we can't grab Ricardetto after the equipped Artorias. But you special, you go ahead and you link into his ult. And some people are going to be like, oh no, Connector got impermed. Well, it did its job. Connector did its job. Your opponent went -1 here to stop the Connector. Effect, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves Red Layer. If you end up cutting Red Layer, you can grab yourself something else. It really doesn't matter. But anyway, right there. So this is a good question. If you end up adding, let's say, Malgus off of the Isolde during the in-phase, since Charles can equip Malgus from the hand, can you do that? Because it just says you can't use that monster's effect, but Charles equipped it, and you're not summoning it, you're equipping it, which would be a good way to, like, another good... So anyway, you go here, you use the effect to send 4. So you send 1, 2, 3, and 4. You summon out... Right there is Turpin. You summon out Ogier to send... Or excuse me, to send Turpin. We're skipping a step. You then go ahead and banish 2 for Divine Sword. You equip Divine Sword, summon out the Turpin. You then overlay here for Dempsey. Dempsey's effect on summon adds Renaud. And this is why I personally don't like the combo, but like this right here, I don't like the main Dempsey line, because this is the main Dempsey line right here. 2 warriors essentially does the same thing. I don't have any made Galaxy. I don't have any, but I'm sure someone has them somewhere. Just don't pay for them, brother. Don't pay for them. Instead, hop on my live streams, watch the live streams over. We discuss it quite a bit and go that way. Oh, we flipping things here. But anyway, you special summon out Renaud. Renaud will grab back DDR. I think we banished 2 for Phoenix Blade. We didn't... Oh, no, we didn't banish 2 for Phoenix Blade because we banished 2... Yeah, so yeah, this is right here. Special this, add back DDR. DDR, send, summon back Connector. Then you have your Angelica here. And this is the standard, and then you just go Dempsey here into Flame Swordsman, into Rattan, whatever you need to, and you just do the standard Infernoble combo from here. But that is how I intend to use Dempsey. I intend to use Dempsey when, like, I have to exhaust Durandal early on, because Durandal is the only way to search Flint Lady. I do have a deck profile. My deck profile really hasn't changed. Well, I take that back. It's changed quite a bit. My extra deck has changed quite a bit. And my main deck, like I said, I'm still thinking on if I should cut things to main deck the Uppercut and Flame Veil in there. I don't know yet. In testing right here in these test hands, it's been doing really good. But I don't know if it's like the way to do it. Maybe you side deck it. But technically, if you main deck it and it's not seeming to hurt anything main decking it, you can either side deck, better cards. Let's do it again. Draw. I don't think Captain Oliver's that good, guys. I really don't. I don't think it's good at all. Oh, this better be a warrior. It is. So here's another Dempsey line. So you got a normal summon here. You got to go Oliver here to grab Flint. Yes. I don't know if you can share it here. I don't know if you're able to share it like in the chat, like if you have it typed out or whatever, that could work. Is it his most recent one? But the deck already has good enough grind. You're just... There's like better cards you can play in the extra, right? That just do way more than what he does. You already play like Malgus already gives you better follow-up than what he does. You literally should play a second Angelica. If you're like, second Angelica will come up way more than what he will come up, because Lancelin is just better than he is. I don't think Sky Striker is needed. I have not once. I think that it's not bad. Brian, maybe we might do some remote duel testing tonight. Yeah, go ahead and share his list. Did he end up going undefeated? It's kind of crazy. Like, he does his, like, Dempsey and Artorias is the only two that I'm playing. By just adding these, I cut out the two and Zeus. So, this right here was Custonin, and this was the rank 5. It's crazy because like there'll be haters. Every big every YouTuber has like haters. It's just the natural order of things. And literally like Pack will go there and Pack will play, and Pack like literally claps everyone. And everyone just always comes on to his thing saying like play real duelist, play this stuff. And it's like, man, it's locals. Like he's there to show you what it like. He's there to just showcase you. He literally played Pearly and got clapped and still uploaded it. So clearly, like his locals wasn't that bad. Do we know the Infernoble list he lost to? Because I kind of chuckle if it was like I'd kind of chuckle if it was like a mirror list or if it was like a different list. I just don't think the Sky Striker stuff comes up enough. I think that it's just like they read it and it's like, ooh, free warrior extender because of the token, if I remember right. But yeah, I think the token's a machine, isn't it? No, it's a warrior. Custonin was, I definitely did not want to cut Custonin, and arguably you could cut Zeus, but Zeus is just here to, when you tactics into like Arias Heart and the Pearly, you can smack Zeus on it so they don't get it back. Other than that, like, the other flex spot that people have talked me into is potentially cutting Charles down. He didn't play his striker stuff. Good. Thank goodness he got off that. Good deal. Is not playing a second Charles. My theory behind this was Unicorn could just rip a Charles and you lose. But like, if you open a hand trap, but see, like, that's the thing, right? Is like, they go Unicorn, search, you droll. They go Unicorn, rip the one Charles. It's like kind of GG. But like, if you open like Imperm, right? Like, you want to hold Imperm. But like, truly, if you think about it, like, they're only going to be able to add like a Rise. Like, they're still going to be like, even if you droll them, they can probably still end on a Rise Heart pass. So like, it just kind of like, yeah, maybe you just hold, right? You just hold it. Did you post it in the Discord, my man? If you post in the Discord, just let me know where we can go look at it. But anyway, this is a line where Dempsey comes up because of Exhaust and Durandal. Yeah, if you post it in chat, we'll head right on over there and check it out. Yeah, I'll give you a Discord invite, brother. One of us. Oh yeah, chat. So I saw in a Farfa video that there was a deck profile where these guys did a deck profile on a guy shirtless with like of the Book of Mormon and shit like that. We're gonna see if we can find that video, because that's a goddamn cult right there. Like that's insane. If someone did that, like that's a true deck profile. We gotta find that. But anyway, here you just do your standard. I'd say this line might actually be better. Well, no, it's not this line is better. It's this line will actually be pretty good. So you send 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You summon out Ogier. Ogier, this time you get to dump the Uppercutter. Dump Uppercutter. Buy Boxer support, do you just mean by adding the rank 4? I play 1 Uppercutter and the rank 4. Because the Uppercutter allows you to get access to, like, this is actually kind of crazy. Which cards from the new deck box is viable in the deck? I believe Uppercutter, Dempsey is very viable. We don't even have to do like the standard. We can hold Turpin, which is actually awesome. Phoenix Sword Blade effect will banish these two. We'll go DD. I mean, we exhaust DDR kind of early here, but that's okay. Special effect, post infinite. All right, hang on. All right, let's go ahead and grab Flame Veil and let's go check out. Let's go check it out. All right. Oh, why did it go? Oh, okay. Let's do this. Oh, sorry, chat. We're gonna do this so that I can see what you guys are saying and okay. So 1 Flint Lady, 3/3, 1/1/1. Cut down 1 Durandal. Okay. Or no, he didn't cut down 1 Durandal. He cut down 1 Gearfried. That's okay. This is literally he's not playing Call by the Grave, which I kind of agree with. This is like card for. He's not playing Metal Silver, which I don't agree with this. He's playing 1, 2, 3, 4 different equips, which means if you open 2, your combo is completely dead. I think you need to play a 5th equip. I think a 5th equip is actually necessary. I do. Yes, you do. A red layer, the books are kind of a good for like Pearly and Kashtira. So I understand the theory behind the books. I understand that. Red layer is like, like I said, I'd probably maybe cut red layer, but maybe not. Because him not playing Call By is pretty okay. He's playing the Lavava level 8, which is pretty cool. He's playing the Power Load Ogre. He only dumps 1 to equip. That's if that comes up, that comes up. But there are going to be lines like sometimes you just open Connector and that's all you open. So playing the dump 4 just kind of like gives you a little bit more insurance with seeing it. Like if you open Connector plus 2 equips, what do? Less bricks. I mean, like what you throw in DDR, and DDR is technically not a brick. Even Metal Silver is like not even that bad of a brick. But for the most part, man, this is like almost copy and paste what my list is. And like if I were to cut 2 cards, I'd probably cut Call By and Gearfried. Power Load is really poggers. I do like that he's playing the one. Like I said, I was leaning towards the one Charles. So like, I wouldn't play Terraforming because that just leads into Droll more. And also you have Heritage of the Chalice, which also searches this. So I feel like Terraforming is just a win more search card. Oh no, you're good, man. You're good. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying completely. And I also understand that, like, I mean, this is a pretty good list. I'm not going to lie. It just really, really showcases how, like, you can play the deck very differently in a way. Like, there's so much flex space now in the deck that you can play it kind of whatever way you want to. But his side deck was the 3, so I do that. The extra Book of Moon, I get that. D-Barriers are so good. The Carry Ash, and then XYZ Encore is pretty good. He's not playing Tactics. And I understand he probably cut Tactics for the books. But Tactics is just so good. So good in this deck. Like, literally, it might be a win more card, arguably. Like, I'll agree with you. It might be, honestly, a win more. Because, like, you see Connector lets you see the hand. And all this stuff. But his extra deck, I really like his extra deck. He's playing the Roland, the Lancelin, 2 Angelica. Angelica did come up. A second Angelica came up yesterday in testing. So I do believe this. Lavalval Extra-Lord. You know what? In all my testing, and all my test ends, and all my games I've played, and everything I've done, Lavalval Extra-Lord came up once. So, like, I think you don't have to play this. The one Charles, I get it. I get it. And since he's playing, like, books and stuff like that, like, he's able to, like, Book of Moon, the Unicorn, so he doesn't have to worry about the Charles getting ripped. 42 to 45. I personally don't want to go above 42, but 45 wouldn't be too bad. Like, I mean, like, you are right. Like, it kind of offset everything. Double Charles, double that. Retin, my man Retin, Flame, Power Ogre, and Charles. So I understand. I was about to say he's not playing Zeus, but that's also because he's not playing Tactics. I just think Tactics is, like, made for this deck. I really, truly do. I think Tactics is truly made for this deck. The one Gearfried, I kind of hate to even think about playing it at 1, but literally the entire deck functions in the sense of if you don't open Connector, you open anyway to Ogier and Renaud, which gets you to Gearfried. So I do see this logic in that, and I was actually like, when I was thinking about cutting cards for the Battle Boxer package, the 2 cards, I was thinking of cutting like Red Layer and or Gearfried, but I think I might actually cut Called By and either Red Layer or either a Gearfried. I don't know. Called By, man, like Called By is really good, don't get me wrong, but like I said, almost any hand trap, Connector answers right away. Call By just is really there to stop Shifter, and you play 1 Call By versus 3 Shifter. So, like, I don't know. I think this list is pretty good, personally. I think Pack's the man. I think everything in this has, like, validation. I don't think there's anything that he's playing that, like, I technically do not agree with. I think that it's pretty solid. I really ain't gonna lie. Everything he's playing, like, I've thought of or talked about on stream before, so it's like, it's interesting to see how, like, mindsets are kind of the same, right? I do kind of agree with the 3 Ash on the side because you got to have something to stop Branded Fusion. XYZ Encore, I do want to pick up Encores, but I was also thinking, like, you could also, if you don't want to play this many books, you could also play Book in the side. And since he's not playing tactics to take something, there's no need for him to run the Purrely. I do have actually the Power Load Ogre right here. Oh, well, you can't see it because I just, you know. But I do have the Power Load Ogre. I have thought about putting it back in because they've been like, at least twice, it's come up to where like I get hand trapped to death. And just being able to link into a Power Load Ogre because it just takes 2 warrior monsters is sometimes so nice. To make it unaffected, so like then like it just holds the line pretty well. You can, yeah, I overall I like this list. Good job, Pack. Good for you. Like I said, my only critique, and people argue with me, is play one more equip spell. That's it, because you're going to sometimes open hands where connectors you're only summon, and or you just have 2 warriors, like it be Oliver or Renaud plus something else. So you need to have that addition Oliver, you know, like it's gonna be just, you're just gonna have just 2 warriors and you're not gonna, sometimes they're not gonna be a level 4, or it's gonna be like something like Oliver where it's a tuner and you don't need it. So you need to have that rank 4 access pretty attainable. So you just wanna mitigate opening 2 of equip spells. Yeah, I still see you, Flo. I still see you. Yeah, I like it, guys. I like it. Good job, Pac, man. Good job. Good for him. I actually really like his extra deck, to be honest with you. I don't know, like, I really like Lavalval X-Lord, but like, like it didn't just come up enough, right? And it just never came up enough for me to justify it. So like, you could possibly play, yeah. You could possibly play something else. I think maybe like this gets replaced with Dempsey maybe. And he might be on a different page. He might end up cutting Artorgus for Dempsey, but I still think Artorgus lines are still good. Dempsey's, and he might just change the build since he said connector didn't work for him. Then maybe he goes to the uppercutter package. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, overall, solid list. Good job, Pack. But anyway, back to this hand. So then we overlay here for Dempsey. Dempsey will add us, oh, wait a second. Was that correct? No, Phoenix Blade was on the field. What am I talking about? No, Phoenix Blade should have been pitched. Yeah, pitched to summon back. There we go. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. We got to get our resources back right. I think, so Double Angelica came up the other day. I think Double Angelica comes, so like for me, the Double Angelica line is, I think most people play it for the Museum and Ogier line, but you don't need 2 Angelica for that line. You could definitely play, you can play 1 and get away with it. I think more so the way it should be played is when like you get nibbed or something like happens where you need to make the 2nd Angelica. I'm thinking, as I've been testing here, I think I'm going to test it in the main. Because it really doesn't hinder anything, and it gives us that additional security with the Spell and Trap negate. Bro, I think Gravity Collapse would be a good side deck option. I think maybe moving forward in my side deck, Gravity Collapse goes in instead of Judgments, since we are going to be able to search a Judgment-like card, so we just hard draw Gravity Collapse, just like in turns. But see, you special. All right, so first off, this is where you have to detach, special effect, add back DDR, go Phoenix Blade effect, banish. Well, this is kind of, no, we don't want to use Phoenix Blade effect. We'll just go ahead and go DDR, pitch this. Oh, we have to banish. That kind of sucks. So we have to banish. So then we might as well just pitch this and keep this. Some back Turpin. Go ahead and make Angelica. Some people are silly like me and forget Lancelin at home, so they have to do 2 Angelicas for the Anti-Nibiru line set. I mean, it happens, man. It truly does. And then Angelica will add a field spell. There's this fly in here that's about to meet its maker. And then again, you can banish 2 here. We'll get, well, I forgot that. We have these guys in here. Banish 2 for Phoenix Blade. I truly think if Phoenix Blade ends up going, like, that'll really hurt the, it'll kind of hurt the deck a little bit, actually. Like, it'll make us work a little bit harder. Send here, banish. Effect, go ahead and grab Almus. Did we have to send Almus? I think we had to send it. That's kind of, that's okay. Is it okay? It has to be okay. It'll be alright. Equip Durandal. It happens a lot. It ends on the same board, but there's so many different ways. Yeah, it's like, the end board is sometimes the same. I mean, every now and then you get to like a better end board, but for the most part, it's like the route to get there. Special. Banish, banish, go for Chuck. Effect to attach to Chuck. Go ahead and link down here for Charles. Charles equipped. Effect to field a special. Let's just banish here. The Synchron package for the deck? What's the Synchron package? Effect. Have the counter set. And then in phase, you can pick up Almus. Attach. Now gets destroy it. Mal gets to shuffle back. 1, 2, 3. And then she comes back. Tuning, Synchron Power. I think that the, so that's good. Okay, so I feel like I have the engine right here and I tested it. And it's not as good as you think. The deck already does what this tries to do with 2 cards, whereas like Revolution, like it requires you to open like 3 card combos. So like the number one thing that people are saying is like, oh, you open Revolution with Connector, they hit Connector, or like you go Revolution with Connector. You get to like go like full combo with a Crystal Wing, but like it already does what it does without it, right? So again, our inboard is a pop, triple spell and trap negate, droll. Technically, we could have set call by down too, but I didn't know if we'd have room. Or yeah, is Oliver still in grave? Okay, yeah, we could have actually equipped it Oliver. And then Charles can't be destroyed. So good deal. Like, yeah, I like Pack's list, personally. I think it's a solid list. I just don't know how I feel about... So if you play Tactics, you should probably play Zeus. But I don't know. Maybe there's a world where you don't play Zeus, and you play, like, Power Load Ogre. The extra deck is, like, so, like, loose in a way. Like, as long as you're playing, like, Isolde, any form of, like, these guys here... I mean, even, like, arguably, like, you don't even need either one of these guys, technically. Charles and Lancelot, like, right here. Like, would you ever consider running 3 Charlemagne? No, 3's never come up. You could, like I said, extra space. That's really what my tangent is right now, is extra space is so, like, free. So, like, then you go here, right? And then you can play, like, double here, here, and then here. So that literally, and if you want to, you can choose to play one of these, but I feel like there's benefit to playing both. But that leaves you with one, oh, excuse me, Baron needs to be in there. Leaves you with like up to 3 extra deck spots that like can come up. Double Angie is good, but Custonin and Zeus come up for me. This fly's about to meet its maker, man. Everyone cover your ears. Cover your ears. 1 second, I think I might be able to... I missed it. Don't know how I missed it, but... It's 5 a.m. Holy smokes, Flo. Go to bed, man. Go to bed. This card, like, in theory is so good, and it does have some scenarios where it comes up, but in all my testing, it has never come... It's only come up, like, maybe once. And it was, like, one time. So I don't know if it justifies playing it, but, like, you really do have, like, so many flex spots to be able to play. So just, but yeah, play what you want. Test what you want. For my build, I prefer going the Artorgus route because it lets you hold a Renaud later to be able to utilize it to make, like, Baron and or link into, like, Rattan and a second Charles or something like that. And then I believe Dempsey just really shines as being a extender through your hands getting disrupted. So, I mean, like, technically you have 2 spots here. You could also cut down 1 Charles. I won't lie. I've been thinking about it. Cut down a Charles for a second Angelica. Yeah, Custonin is actually kind of insane. Spin 2 and then, like, you can crash and stuff like that. I have not made Zeus once. Not a single time I've made Zeus, but they have been more times where I've actually made Custonin. But again, I haven't had a lot of testing against, like, Cash and Pearly yet. So, like, that's where Zeus comes in. Because you can tactics take their things and then go like that. So you're right. Goki Power Load does beat Super Poly, and then but see, like, that's what's crazy, right? Well, see, Corey, you can arguably cut the second Charles out now because the argument is like if they summon Unicorn, you just don't do anything. I think Rattan is so no, I don't believe it's necessary, but you do need a link that you can link off into. And I can very confidently say both of these have come up. Rattan is a better card to end on because it forces a disruption and forces your opponent to deal with it. It's a pop during your turn and their turn, so it allows you to, like, push for bigger damage and do a lot of things. A Flame Swordsman has come up because sometimes you get nibbed and you can, like, use it to make, like, the nib token, Ibly Lock. You can also use this to, like, if you see there's Dark Ruler in the hand and you haven't been able to get to any way to stop it, you can make the Ferocious Flame Swordsman instead of Rattan, so that when they get rid of Ferocious Flame, his Graveyard Flex allows you to float out something. Yeah, you are exactly right. So it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Super Poly really wouldn't be too awful, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. I like Custonin because it's, like, pure, right? And Zeus just hasn't come up for me. Maybe that's what we do. We're doing it. Sorry, Zeus. You got to get out of here, buddy. I've been talked to in by Stero to do this. Yeah, so that'd be a good call. Second Charles is definitely cuttable, but I don't know, like, if you cut the second Charles, maybe you play a second Angelica. I do know, like, I've long said, like, so here we go. Angelica is really used in the 2-card, in, like, the Ogier Museum lines, but, like, you don't need it for that. So let's go ahead and just do Ogier Museum, and then we will add ourselves in, like, any we'll just add ourselves in a card after, right? And that'll be what I'll just kind of talk about. So you go normal summon, use the effect to dump Gearfried. Right? You then go museum. A museum effect, add Durandal. You go ahead and use Durandal. Actually, you're absolutely right, Jibby. Jibby, you're absolutely right. So there's no need to play the Zeus. Good call, brother. Good call. Special, add here. Banish to summon here. Synchro for Angelica. Angelica effect to add the field spell. Ogier effect to equip. Or do we use the second field spell here? This always confuses me. I think we use the second field spell to grab Almus. It doesn't really matter what we grab. Because even if this, so we gotta beat Nib, right? So we have to go here. Here, second field spell. It works, give me a second. Because I gotta just remember if you use, I figured out this combo and I can never remember it. I think it doesn't matter. You go here for second field, grab yourself a throwaway equip, which I normally grab Joyous. You go Joyous, Chain Effect, send Turpin. Or, depending on your hand, you could also send Uppercut. But we're just gonna throw it, but this is just to show you like what I'm talking about. You send Turpin. She tags out for Roland. So this is all under the 5th summon, right? So like we're still protected by Gearfried. It's still doing the same thing it's supposed to. Turpin special. Almus is, yeah. Almus is kind of cool. I don't like wasted Almus early. But I guess hindsight you could add whatever because you can get it in phase. Go here. Effect to attach, right? This gets banished. Go into Charles. Charles to attach the Emperor. And like, so now this is what you get to, right? And if you even go a step farther, and let's say you open this. You opened this. You opened this. Like, which you play a total of 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, you play, like, this right here is just showcasing you, like, what you can do beyond, right? So you open any plethora of these cards right here. You go, using it special. You then can use Renaud to special. You can use this pitching a card in hand to special. You can Heritage of the Chalice for anything. Whatever you need to do, you can just special. No, we can't use Renaud. Never mind. Stupid. Ignore me. It has to be Oliver. Idiot. It's an honor. Yeah, Dragonite Esquire has always been one of my favorites, and that's just kind of a good... I mean, it's possible. So, yeah, right, Dirk? So this is showcasing without... So this entire combo is showcasing you don't need to play a second Angelica for that combo. Oh boy, gentlemen. You don't have to... This entire combo is showcasing you that you don't have to play an Angelica, because that's the most reason people are playing a second Angelica is for this combo. So you don't have to play it, because with one Angelica, you can do the same. You can do almost the same. And then if you throw in Chalice or Oliver, you're able to get it out on the field. You then can synchro here for a Baron. So if you take out the extender, this is still your inboard, but you will have 3 other cards in your hand. So likelihood of you seeing, statistically of you seeing some form of fashion of this is there, right? So this right here is just showcasing you don't need 2 Angelica to be nib-proof and put up a board. If you want to play 2 Angelica because of that, go ahead, because a 2 Angelica... No, you're not dumb, Dezak. You're not dumb. You just probably missed it. It's okay. Yeah, man, you're not dumb. And all I meant by that was it was 2 comments in a row asking, you know... So yeah, if you play 2 Angelicas, you'd literally go the Isolde line. But this is just showcasing you if you don't want to play a second Angelica, you're skeptical of it, you don't have to play it for this combo sequence. You still get access to it without the second Angelica. Now, a second Angelica has come up for me yesterday in testing when I got nibbed, right? Yeah, you get so you get an additional negate, and then I think you just get an additional negate, if I remember right. You can add off his old and stuff like that. So yeah, like it is a better board, but I mean, like, still, if you go like in phase, right? Like, we're still able to go in phase. Yep, Destrudo's right. You use that, but if you're playing one Angelica, you don't need to have the second Angelica because you'll be able to do this. So you can go like in phase, equip Joyous, Malgus, Charles destroy Malgus, shuffle back. We'll put these away. Shuffle back Museum, Renaud, and this, and then draw a card. Yep, Destrudo, you're absolutely right, but this is yeah, exactly. That's literally what I'm showcasing, is you don't have to play a second Angelica to be able to be nib-proof, to do the combo in a weaker state, to be, like, if you're hung up on playing two Angelicas, like, you don't, and you're, like, trying to use, like, oh, if I don't have a second Angelica, I can't use the Ogier and Museum line. You don't need two Angelicas to do an Ogier Museum line. All right, hey, you gonna stay quiet? If you bark, I'm gonna beat your butt on stream. No, I wouldn't, because a lot of the, like, we get warrior locked so early. Sometimes it's just kind of just, I mean, like, you do have the extra space, don't get me wrong. Yeah, exactly. It would be great to have two Charleses. But if you're really struggling with the extra deck space and you don't want to play a second Angelica, you don't need it. That's why I was showcasing, if you open, like, Heritage of the Chalice or Oliver, you're able to just go further because you still haven't used Museum's effective special. So, like, you'd be able to make a Baron on top of it, too. So, I know, man, there was a combo line that I did, and I swear on my mother's grave, man, that I ended on double Charles and Gearfried, and I swear it was Ogier and the Museum, but I cannot figure it out. Low-key, Super Poly plus Garua, since you always add discard fodder with Isolde, and sometimes deck will play into it without realizing they're losing. Super Poly, yeah. That'd be kind of a keep going, keep playing. I'll tell you when to stop. I think it is. I don't think it's worth replacing Connector, but you can. I think playing it as an engine is pretty decent. Right, straight up, like, even if you side it, like, it's worth adding to the main or side in some form or fashion. If you want to place a Connector with it, go for it. Ogier, send Gearfried, search Durin with Museum, or send Gear, add Durin with Museum. If you open those two, then it's basic combo with a nib-proof before. Yeah, you don't have to. And then if you play a second Angelica, you get to do at a different Charles. I've thought about Caliburn before. I ain't gonna lie. Nobody at my locals lets my Connector go off. Freehand. But hey, Destrudo, man, but that's why people dislike it. People are like, oh no, my Connector ate a hand trap. That's what Connector's there to do. If they don't hit it there, Dolphin's gonna get it. Yeah, man, yeah, sometimes you will open bad and Connector's your only card to play through. And it's just Yu-Gi-Oh, man. We can't win them all. But I showed earlier in the sequence, like, if you open Connector plus Durandal, it's a Dempsey line. And normally, if your Connector got hit and this was your only form of extension, you couldn't combo. But now, with Dempsey, you're able to combo through it, so... Yeah, my man Distrudo sometimes are like, dang, my hand's pretty good. And I'll be like, normal connector. And I'll be like, can I see it too? Show me. I want to see. And they're like, oh, man. But yeah, like this combo, this like sequence like showcases like Dempsey. Because like you go here. Ash, Imperm, Valor. What's the one card? That Mourner. I forget what it was. But anyway, you go whatever inappropriately touches connector, it's okay, because Durandal's gonna go ahead and be like, trauma relief. I got you. Alright, chat, you about to... We'll be right back. And just like that, I have one less dog. I'm joking. Just joking. But you special here. Go ahead and make Isolde. Isolde effect. Go ahead and add fire. We have locals Friday and Saturdays. And then sometimes we go to a locals that's about an hour away to go play, because sometimes they have a little bit more competitive scene. So we'll go to that. We have regionals in 9 days, actually. So you add here. Right, so this is showing you like, oh no, Neospace Nader got connected. Boo-hoo. If I had a Fire Warrior, I'd be in so much better of a shape. Effect. You go ahead, you send DDR, this, Durandal, and Joyous. Random question, is Bradamante good in any Infinite Noble deck? When Angel Ring comes out, man, it might be worth it. Bro, they do, and you just make a second Isolde for free. Even some of the best players do it, man. Like, it blows my mind. Like, it's just... It's insane. They hear ad, and they're just like, bam, no. We go here, effect to send... the Turpin. You banish 2 for Phoenix Blade. I've showcased this combo like 100 times, but I'll continue to show it so people can understand what this does. You go here, special Turpin, overlay here for Dempsey. So like normally, right, I would go for the Artorgus line so that I could hold Renaud if I have Renaud for later on, right? But since we already used Durandal in the beginning of the combo to get Flint Lady, we can't do this, where you have no access. So Dempsey just corrects that by allowing us to add Renaud. And then you can special add back this. And then, like, if you don't have access to connector, if you do not open connector, you can just detach from here. You can detach from here and then link off. Or you don't even have to detach. You can just go ahead and special link off into Retin. And then banish 2. You do this right here. But for the sake of it, since we already have it, we'll just go ahead and do... Actually, no. Let's make it more free. Go ahead and link here. We like free, don't we, chat? Going into Retin. We'll go ahead and do Phoenix Blade, banish 2. Go ahead and fire off this. Pitch this. Summon connector, then you make Angelica. And there you go. My little German village, we have locals every 2 weeks. Hey man, our locals used to be once a month until we got enough player base to keep going. It is, it's literally, it's great. The Boxer stuff, so like I said, the Boxer stuff does not like I said, the Boxer stuff is good. It is worthy of praising, but it doesn't break the deck like everyone said the Boxer stuff was, if you notice what I mean. Now, there is, like I said, you don't, I preferably like to use my Renaud later on in the combo sequencing, just because I like doing that. So that's why I prefer Artorgus as my main combo line, but there are going to be some times where you don't, Artorgus is just not the good thing, because of Durandal. Durandal is a very good extender. You have to utilize, sometimes you get hand trapped and you have to use Durandal. And if you use Durandal early and you have no access to Ricardetto, Artorgus isn't the route. But now you just go Battle and Box or Dempsey, grab it, and just keep playing. It's really cool. Once Angel Ring comes, like, you might not even want to play the Battle and Boxer stuff. You could literally cut out the Battle and Boxer stuff. Not Dempsey, but like Spar and Uppercut. Like, you wouldn't have to play those things. Like, that's what's insane. So literally, even right now, if you want to beat Dark Ruler, play this package, right? Play it. If you want to beat like these like blowout spell cards and stuff like that, play this package. But once Angel Ring comes out, you can literally cut out the 2 cards, put Angel Ring back, and then play what is it? Put back even like whatever you cut for the two cards, put it back in. Like if I end up cutting Gearfried or Callby for it, literally throw back in Gearfried or throw back in Callby. It's literally insane. There's lore behind it. Angel Ring, it's Angelica's artifact. If you look at her artwork, she's holding a ring, and that's what it is. And it's some sort of artifact. And I think it's not too random because I think in history, or in the story of Charlemagne, like an angel was the one that gave him Durandal that he gifted to Roland. And maybe in some of the stories that he was able to gift, the ring has like a lock of St. Mary's hair, or a lock of Jesus' hair, something like that in it. I'm watching you. So right here is a good example of why you play 2 fields, or you play 5 equip spells, is because if we played 4, our normal summon combo is just dead. I take that back. Because, like, we can still make Angelica here, right? Because we open this. So, like, I wouldn't say that. But if you exclude this card here, this is why you play the field spells. And like I said, again, you normal summon Connector. If Connector eats a hand trap, oh no, you literally just go Durandal into Flint Lady, and then just go on into the Dempsey line, which is still pretty decent. And then you still have, like, DDR and this to follow up. Pretty nice. I think so. Yeah, we'll try playing at 42. I mean, it's still, like, this hand's even cracked here, man. Like, what? Normal. Effect. Summon Dolphin. This hand gets you to the counter trap. Effect, pitch this. Rip him for 1 card. Sometimes, man, I'll just go for the standard combo, even though I have cards like this in my hand, just because I don't want to get lost in the sauce and, like, lose it all. Add this. Effect, you send 4. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Summon. Effect, you send the spar. Uppercut, I should say. Banish 2. Add back this. You attach here. Turpin effect a special. Overlay for the king. King effect to attach these two. Durandal effect. Go ahead and grab Ricardetto. Go into Retin. Effect a special Ricardetto. Ricardetto special out. Uppercutter. Uppercutter to search out Flame Veil counter. Synchro here for how would you beat a towers like Chaos Angel or Noir? You just try and get bigger than it. Can they be destroyed by battle? I'm not too versed in their like full effects. Because you have the ability to get Charles up to like huge. Because you can literally, like, you can boost all your stuff by the field spell and by Ferocious Flame Swordsman by 1,000. And then, like, Phoenix Blade gives him 300. Roland in the graveyard can give him 500. Like, you just become huge. Can't Gear Freed equip, they're unaffected. Can't destroy it by battle, okay. Well, then I assume is Chaos Angel unaffected by card effects, or is it like can't be destroyed by battle, it can't be targeted? I was about to say, because like I think Noir is unaffected, right? So like Noir, you just get bigger than smack over. If Chaos Angel is just like can't be targeted, you just Gear Freak gobble it up. It sure will. It'll negate them both. And then you can also negate any of the bait spells they try to fling your way before they commit to Super Poly or Dark Ruler. Pay 12, add Almas. Attach. Attach. Special. Charles Almas to add back Gear Freed. Effect. Durandal. Roman effect to attach. Field spell effect to special. We will banish Banish 2. Attach. I guess I didn't have to banish 2. I could have, yeah, just not had to do that, but that's okay. Banish 2 into that. Go second Emperor. Emperor to attach Charles again. Gear free to banish the Charles. We fire off Heritage of the Chalice to grab us Renaud. Special Renaud, add back DDR. DDR sending Quanal, summon back Charles. Go here for there we go. Set 2. Effect to equip the Charles. We move on to the end phase. So now here Charles will pick up Almus. And then equip from the deck Malgus. Charles destroy Malgus. Malgus effect, we shuffle back 1, 1, 2, 3. Draw a card. Half cut. We draw Rhoda. So there you go. That's a full board right there, if I do say so myself. So, good deal, guys. Good deal. All right, guys. I think we might actually call it. I might call it an early stream. I got a few things I gotta do. I gotta do some laundry and everything like that. And if it's so nice to play around. So he. Oh yeah. Gotta love that. Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll call it a night. Gotta do some videos. Gotta do some stuff like that. I think I'll end up doing some laundry and stuff. But for the most part, guys, remember, thank you for your support. Stay safe. Stay healthy. You guys, this will be Team COG signing out. You guys have a good night.